Are you him?
Who?
The guy who broke into my apartment and left the invitation with all my trophies.
What invitation?
I haven't spent any of the money. You can have it all back. It's in my backpack. I don't care that you found the licenses either.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want your money.
Then why the fuck are you here?
I'm here because of all the innocent people you killed.
Innocent? You think those drivers were innocent?
They're average, hardworking people trying to make a living, support their families.
Fuck them. My dad spent his entire life savings on a taxi medallion, and then those rideshare assholes came along and the value tanked. He was so far in debt, he threw himself into the East River. And when they found him, his head was sliced off by the same dredger that was looking for him. So you tell me, who the fuck is innocent?
Those drivers you killed had nothing to do with your dad. You had no right to murder them or to take my name.
Your name? Who are you?
I'm Dexter. And there's only room in this world for one dark passenger.
Hello, all. Welcome back to What's On Tonight, a podcast with elaborate, quirky, and unpredictable conversations about TV, movies, and more. I'm Becky.
And I'm Mark.
And I'm Kelsey.
Today we are covering Dexter Resurrection, Episode 3, Backseat Driver. Please note this is a spoiler-filled podcast, so if you haven't watched the episodes yet, don't want to be spoiled, no big deal. Just come back and check us out after you finish watching. And before we dive into what is my favorite episode, I think, of the entire Dexter spinoff franchise, we would like to give a very warm welcome to our special guest, Kelsey. I had the pleasure of covering an episode of Poker Face with Kelsey on Murder Magnets, and I am so happy that you agreed to join us for an episode and maybe another one this season. We'll see. But welcome, Kelsey.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on. This will be my second podcast episode ever. So
Awesome.
She's a natural. Kelsey started sending in feedback, voicemails for Poker Face, and we were all like, oh my gosh, we love her voice. And then the feedback was witty and amazing. So it's like, we got to get her on an episode. So she is now an official podcaster. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Thank you. I started listening like a few years ago, and I would start to like record something. And as soon as I would press record, I would just be like, like nothing, like, or I would start to record and like, and listen back. I'm like, God, I can't stand listening to that.
I can never do feedback. Trust me, Kelsey. I sent stuff back to Jason numerous times verbally, even to Daphne and Paige on Run for Your Lives. And I was like, I sound like a doofus, but I sent it anyway.
There you go. Yeah, I finally got the nerve up and sent it in, and I'm really glad because like a whole new world.
It is.
You're so good at it. You really are.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I appreciate
That
it.
was lovely, Mark.
Little background vibes.
All right. Well, this episode of the podcast, we're covering episode 3, Backseat Driver, which was directed by Monica Raymond and written by Nick Zayas.
So, Kelsey, as our special guest, would you like to share this insanely long synopsis that I got from Wikipedia?
Sure. Dexter's work as a Eurocar rideshare driver gets off to a rough start, which Blessing helps him to rectify. Dexter undergoes acupuncture with Blessing's daughter Joy, which restores Dexter's strength, while Dexter acquires new kill tools from the internet. Angel learns from Teddy that Dexter is in New York City and announces to Quinn and Masuka that he is retiring from the police force to chase after something. Harrison continues to grow closer to his co-worker Elsa, but becomes the prime suspect in Foster's murder. Rather than confess, Harrison reveals that he has been squatting in vacant rooms with Elsa's help as an alibi. Dexter successfully sets a trap for Red by setting himself up as the Dark Passenger's next victim and learns that Red is bitter because his cab driver father lost his job and committed suicide because of rideshare. Before Dexter kills him and burns the body, Red reveals that he was invited to a dinner party for serial killers, which Dexter decides to attend in Red's place.
Well done.
Yes.
That was a lot. I'm sorry.
It is a
All
lot.
good. I was like kind of kid that liked to volunteer for reading aloud in school, so it's all right.
All right. Well, this episode blew my mind. So let's just dive right into killer moments. I'm going to start, if that's okay, because I have been chomping at the bit since I watched this episode. I want to start with Batista.
Oh, yeah. How many times has he retired? 3?
This is like his third time, I think. He gets a call, like they found Dexter's truck. It was spotted in New York City. And so he makes the decision that he's going to retire. And I literally clapped like a little kid whose favorite cartoon character just came on the TV when Quinn and Masuka stormed into that bar. We got the Masuka laugh.
Yeah.
There was a phenomenal callback when Batista's talking about, you know, how he's got that one thing he can't let go that he has to take care of, and he'll fill him in when the time is right. And Batista says, you ever have that one thing you just can't let go? And Quinn says, yeah, an Eastern European stripper, which was a terrible fucking idea. Oh my God, that just brought me so much joy, taking us back to the OG
Dexter series. Yeah.
And then Masuka talking about him joining OnlyFans and says, I mean, I'll be supportive, but I ain't gonna like it.
I was like, does that mean you're gonna watch it?
Right.
Or just subscribe?
Yeah, Masuka, I don't think there's
of
anything
course he's
Masuka
gonna
won't watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, he won't watch his own daughter, if you'll remember.
That is
I
true.
don't, thankfully.
She worked in a strip joint and she was topless. And he was like, you're my daughter. What's going on here? So I'm curious of whatever happened to her.
Well, I do genuinely pray we get more of these two throughout the season. There's an article that we're going to get to once we get to the end that talks about the longevity of this spinoff. And so it looks like there will be more to come.
Awesome.
So I am hoping that more of the regulars that survived the first series will make appearances. And I have a question for both of you, and it's a bold kind of prediction. Where do you think this is going to go? And depending on how many seasons they give us, we'll see. But do you think Dexter is going to end up killing Batista? Do you think Batista is going to end up begrudgingly helping Dexter? Or do you think that Batista is going to be what finally is Dexter's end?
Wow.
I don't think Batista will be helping him.
I think, honestly, he would begrudgingly helping Dexter at a certain point when he does meet up with him towards the end of the season. Because for the fact that there are certain things that were left unsaid, unlearned, unknown. And Dexter has a tendency of opening himself up to the people in his world, as we recall from the original series. Sadly enough, those people wind up passing along the way. If you look at Deborah, you look at LaGuerta, Dokes, everybody who found out what Dexter was. And I have a funny feeling, sadly enough, for the fact that I know that Angel does care for Dexter as a person.
Do you think he still does, though? Because I feel like watching, I feel like the vibe that he doesn't care for him, but just that he wants to keep him close so that he can take him down.
You know, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. It's a possibility, but I still think that he still holds on to the idea of Dexter that he knew from when they worked together all those years. Because if you watched the previous season that we covered, we actually covered the prequel, and he grew and had this family.
Well, Batista was a father figure. for him.
and friendly figure too, as well as Masuka. And Quinn was almost bordering on like a brother-in-law at one point.
Yeah, but he hated Dexter. There is no love between Quinn and Dexter.
No,
but
there isn't.
I do think, Kelsey, I think that it's complicated. And I think right now Batista is driven to want to get Dexter, to nail Dexter for all of his literal sins that put all of these people that he loves and cares for in the ground. What I'm envisioning in my head is that either he's going to be the one who puts an end to Dexter, which I think is the more likely scenario. But I also have this feeling, based on how their conversation went in the first episode, in the heat of the moment, if he's in a situation where Dexter's in trouble and he's finally like, oh, I got him. But all of that brotherly love that he's felt for Dexter for so long, would that make him hesitate and maybe let him go?
I think it's more likely that Batista stays on him, figures out what he's doing, is ready to expose him, and I think it's more likely that Dexter kills him.
Oh, wow.
Because, well, also, I mean,
ooh, do you think Harrison might do it?
Possible. I don't see.
We had that chance a while ago.
No, kill Batista.
Oh.
Now we're getting really big
depths.
A little abstract, but I think they'd have to. We'd have to see Dexter and Harrison reunite first. But
that is true. I think there's what we're missing and lacking at this point, because it is the third episode. How many episodes total do we have?
There's 8.
We're on episode 3, so that's a lot to put within 8 episodes of interactions, altercations, especially with Dexter and Harrison, Dexter and Angel showing up and then having all this stuff going on. I think in the heat of the moment, Angel would probably be brought down saying, hey, because he's investigating on his own, he sees something similar to what was going on in Florida with Dexter as Bay Butcher. He would see that as, okay, Dexter is doing his thing again, but what is going on? He encounters Dexter, and then it would probably come to a point where they would have to work together begrudgingly. And I think through that means Angel will probably die. Not by Dexter, by somebody else. Because as we know, at the very end, he goes to a serial killer convention.
it's a private dinner.
It's a convention.
Yes, Charlie made sure to specify that.
It's something out of like Sandman, back in the day when they had all these crazy serial killers. Sorry, not to point a reference to Sandman.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, everybody. Yeah.
Like personally, if I were gonna to criticize the show right now, is that there's one too many plot lines.
There are.
Between Dexter, Harrison, Batista, the VIPs, I wish they'd lost one of them. I wish Batista would showed up at episode 4.
No, okay.
I wish they'd established Dexter, Harrison, maybe this VIP thing, whatever, underground serial killer network, and then sort of in the background given us hints that Batista was going to come that way, and then brought him in as a conflict point later on. But who am I to say? I've never written any, done any TV shows. So.
Well, as we're viewers, I honestly think with everything that they're trying to throw into this, episode should be longer. Not only do you have Harrison, you have Angel, you have Dexter, you have Blessing and his family as well.
Blessing, the detective.
Then you have to integrate Charlie, who is played by Uma Thurman. And
I don't like our haircut. Sorry.
I don't like that it's like one side is. I love that the bob, but I agree with you. That one side being longer than the other, that is so 80s.
It's not even like a good asymmetrical bob.
It's what are you doing there, Uma? But she still looks
Take
amazing.
us to your next haircut, Mark.
Take her to my next haircut. Everybody, I'm shaving, so I have a bald head. So anyhow, I think that they could have extended a lot of this with more time with certain characters and subplots, so that way it doesn't show up abruptly and you're forced into certain scenes where people have to come together and it's like, okay, yes, we're facing this issue within this particular scene, and I think it's too forced in. I think honestly, if they went about maybe 12 to 16 episodes, they could have spread it out properly.
See, my final thoughts, that's why I laughed. You said that a second ago, Mark, is what I am loving about this show, and especially this episode, is how they're bringing everything together.
Correct.
Yes, there's a lot going on. But the detective and Harrison storyline is flowing flawlessly, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
You get Batista and bringing Quinn and Mitsuka. They could have had Batista just standing there drunk in his underwear and brought in Quinn and Mitsuka, and I would have been happy. So I was just happy to see that reunion. But I think they're laying the groundwork as to why Batista is going to end up further integrated into the story. They wrapped up very nicely, I think, the faux dark passenger storyline, but use that to give us a reason why Dexter's going to segue into this dinner party, meeting all of these other characters. I feel like they're doing a great job using all of these storylines and slowly bringing them together. That is one of my favorite, and it feels natural. That's been my favorite. That was my favorite thing about this episode. So I'm on like the way opposite side.
This is my favorite episode so far, to be clear. But I felt like the first episode was slow. Maybe they needed to release the first 3 episodes.
I could see that.
Or maybe they need 12 episodes. I don't know. It's something feel like a couple of things feel heavy. Like I love the detective. I hated how they introduced her.
Really?
Yeah. Like when the scene where like she's looking at the garbage bags and then her partner is talking to the overly dumb uni cops, as they called them. And she's like, yeah, she sees things in the ways that we don't. I rolled my eyes and wanted to gag. Like it's just like a little. It's just so heavy-handed. Like I don't know, but I love the character. It was just like I don't know. They got there so fast. Like I love the things they're showing us.
Yeah,
but then it's just sometimes I don't know if it's something takes me out of it at sometimes where it's just like not quite catching.
Oh, I agree.
I get that. I could see where she felt rushed, but I was so excited that they put a strong female unique detective that didn't fit the female detective tropes from old TV shows of lore and made her, I just felt like she really shone. And I really think there's a level of neurodivergence there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Intentionally.
Yes.
It's
I
very
like
intentional.
that representation.
I watch a lot of quirky detective.
Well, I had mentioned it before, Kelsey, on the last podcast when we covered the first 2 episodes. She just resembles Willem Dafoe's character of Paul Smecker from Boondock Saints.
Which I haven't seen, so I can't relate.
You have to watch it. It's so funny because he wears the headphones, but the fact that she plays the same song over and over again by the Bee Gees as no matter what crime scene or portion of it, and she still does it.
Is it always the same song that she plays?
Yes.
So far,
okay. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite shows of all time is Monk, which is a show about a OCD spectrum detective. But I think you said it well that they got there really quick. like you said, Mark, maybe it's 10 episodes, maybe it would have been 12 episodes. Anyway, I feel like we've gotten really off track.
No,
That's fine.
that's what this is.
We always go off track.
I
trust
thoroughly
me.
enjoyed that whole
I'm enjoying
discussion
this
we
a lot,
just
yeah.
had. That was fun. So that was my first main point. Mark, what do you want to discuss?
The funniest is that the one thing that I picked up that was always, it bothered me within this episode, but it's really a trait of Dexter himself. When he got a 4.5,
4.2.
4.2, sorry, rating on his rideshare. And he has to go and he talks to Blessing about it. And Blessing's like, and it's typical of Dexter not knowing people and everything, but he's learned this over the course of time. We've seen him in the original series where he brings donuts and does things for people. Now, for him not to understand and equate that to what he's doing within his new job as a rideshare driver and not realizing he's not being personable with these people, even though they are his passengers. They're not his dark passengers, but they are his passengers nonetheless, and he has to equate to them. And Blessing saying, hey, you need some condoms, you need some mints, you need some water, you need some drinks, you need this. Engage with the people to give them a better experience, which is not something that Dexter normally has. But it was nice to reflect and go back to that again. And now he is looking to fix that based upon his job.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you brought that up. That was one of my points, is that his personality and his inability to connect with human beings on a normal level.
Correct.
And I love you're bringing up the callback where remember when he first brought in vegetables?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what is this? But he learns from watching what other people do. And I thought Blessing was adorable at his absolute panic at that 4.2
Yes.
rating. Blessing,
He's so cute.
he is my favorite character this season. And now that Dexter knows he has his little care package kit and whatnot, he will literally thrive as your share driver because he just needed a nudge in the right direction. And that's one thing I really enjoy about watching Michael C. Hall and how he plays this, not naive, that's not the right word.
I think they took several opportunities this episode to remind us that he's old.
Yes.
That he's old. He doesn't know how ride shares work and the expectations. He doesn't know how the internet works. Like, he doesn't know he can just Google a thing. They really hammered he's old.
That he's an outdated serial killer. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's beyond the time.
I'm going to tell you something though. When he put that turtleneck on, this girl loves a man in a dark turtleneck, and my husband will not wear it.
Okay.
And it makes me crazy. I have a crush on Michael C. Hall, and he looks amazing.
He looks
for his
amazing.
age.
I feel like, either the makeup is really good or he's got good work or I don't know, something. But you couldn't hardly tell that he's
Aged
at all.
Yeah.
But they just keep putting it in the script.
You're right. They beat you over the head with it. And I am glad though that he got that acupuncture, because that seemed to have squashed a lot of that talk. But I think it's kind of funny too, though, when he's wrapping up dude in the saran wrap and he's talking about that sound and he makes the joke that it's amazing what you can get off the internet. And as someone who is close to Dexter's age, I think those things are funnier than somebody, a young buck like our dear Kelsey. Because it is funny as we age to realize, I don't know, I'm not making a very good point, but I thought, I agree, they did beat you over the head these last couple episodes with that, but some of that I found funny. And the whole point of that is that man looks fine in a turtleneck.
Well, honestly, Michael C. Hall, he looks fine in general. The man overcame cancer, and he is producing the show or the shows plural because he's doing multiple of the Dexter world. I think this gave him pretty much a drive for the character because he loved the character so much. Who would really jump back into this? Whereas a lot of people wrote it off for the last season of the original Dexter series where we all hated it. It's like, that's how it ended? That was terrible.
Yeah.
And then now we get kind of some sort of resolution between New Blood and what was it, Reborn?
Original Sin.
Original Sin. There you go. I keep saying Reborn.
I wanted to kill you last week.
I laughed so hard when editing that episode because I was like, dear God, neither one of us are getting any of this right.
I think you called it everything but.
I was like, they have to know which one we're referencing. So
Yes.
They do, and they're screaming at their phones or their car at that point.
That was funny.
Like, you dumbass.
All right.
Just
sound like
speak for
Dexter.
the audience last week.
Thank you. Thanks so much for making me worry that, yes, it was that bad.
Hey, also coming from the person who, when we recorded on Poker Face, I said something really stupid and asked you to edit it out. So,
And I did.
and
But
you
you know
did,
what?
so-
Say something stupid today, Kelsey.
Oh, no. Hey, I say a lot of things stupid all the time, so it's okay.
All right, Kelsey,
amazing.
what's a big point you want to talk about?
I really wanted to talk about atorphine and
A what?
Atorphine, the sedative that Dexter ordered from
Oh my God, you're so smart.
veterinary medicine RX.
Yep. Use Patrick Bateman as his
American
name.
Psycho.
Dr. Patrick Bateman, which is amazing. I work in horses, so I actually deal regularly with large animal sedatives. And atorphine is not one that is commonly used. So I Googled it
Wow.
because there's a bunch, because there's plenty of regularly used sedatives that you can use on various species. But atorphine, it's actually an opioid-based compound. It's 10,000 times stronger than morphine. Because I'd never heard of it. And a single drop, even transdermally, is fatal to humans. So
Wow.
maybe they are just using that to be like, don't try this at home type thing. But it's also like, it's pretty much only used for exotic animals.
Like elephants?
I don't know. I mean,
It would have to
maybe
be
at
a larger species that has massive weight, because if what you're saying, it could kill a human being, one drop.
Yes, but different animals have different sort of receptors. So,
True.
like a horse takes a different sort of compound than
Or
a human,
lions,
just because
or
of how they
tigers,
basically
things like
all the
that.
different
Yeah.
things. But
Yeah.
pretty much, again, like I didn't know what it was, so I Googled it, and it's pretty much only used in exotic animals. So if you are Dr. Patrick Bateman and you only order atorphine, you're going to raise some red flags. So that was my first thing about that. Then there are no reciprocal licenses state to state veterinary. So the only way that he would be able to practice and order medications in New York was if he had applied for licensure in New York.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if he successfully did fraudulent transcripts and whatever to get this RX number initially in Florida, you also have to, there's continuing education requirements. And to get like licensure in another state based on your license from another state, you have to have like an active practice. So I guess all of this just falls into suspension of disbelief. I had a lot of feelings about this.
I understand it completely. Yeah, because you would have to actually think too, for the fact the person that called him regarding the order and knew his name before.
Welcome back.
Yeah, he sounded like super shady.
Exactly.
I was wondering if he's connected to the like VIP people.
Correct. I think that Dexter at one point was able to forge, because we had seen this with previous season where he was able to forge many different like certifications.
He's really good at forgeries, but he's not good with the internet.
Correct. And then the person called him purposely, so it means that he must have paid somebody at some point.
Probably he would have placed an order and then they would call you to confirm your RX number and all and those things.
That is true, but I have a funny feeling because we're going to get another Original Sin season. So we might get this person in the next season. These are little things that I like to call Easter eggs that will come about. So I have a funny feeling a lot of these things are going to come into play later in other seasons that they're planning on doing, because they're marketing this thing to the point to go like Walking Dead scenario.
They are really going all in.
They're going all in. They paid the money into it, and they invested into Michael C. Hall, who is the executive producer.
Yeah, those are good points.
And, they're looking at getting all this history involved per season, per every predecessor. What I said to Becky last week, I'm like, what about his girlfriend that let his son shoot him? She just disappeared. Is she going to come back? At the very end of the season, do we get her back?
I don't think so. I think she is.
She doesn't even know his name, though, does she?
Oh, yeah, she knows.
Yeah. I think she's gone unless they use her to aid Batista in being able to put that final nail in Dexter's coffin.
Exactly.
But she kind of set herself up to be screwed because she lied for him. So I feel like she's gone.
So she went to the other show, Resident Alien, with Alan Tudyk.
It's a funny show. I haven't watched the last season, but it's.
And Alan Tudyk is part of a show which is an alien who takes possession of somebody's body and takes their presence.
Like an extraterrestrial alien.
Correct. Yeah, Becky's like, I don't know Mark's nerd talk.
But no, I do agree with you, Kelsey. I didn't know that. I just thought it was just a sedative, and the reason he was getting it was from a veterinarian is because it might have been easier for him to do than to try to get a physician's license.
There's a lot of medications in a lot of what we do for people. We do on animals first, especially sports medicine. They do a lot of things for horses first.
But they also
That's a whole
use some of that
different tangent.
medication for animals on humans as well, from my understanding.
It's a lot of the same. So
Yeah, it's a different, like they dilute it.
The dosages and the concentrations are different, but it's largely, I mean, the antibiotics we use are the same. Again, I work in a barn, so like we don't always go to the doctor. We do a lot of self-doctoring first. So it's not uncommon for like, oh, I have this infection, so I'm just going to take these sulfa pills that we have on hand because we have 800 of them.
We don't want to hear that. No.
Not recommending. Don't do it. I mean, I'm
Exactly.
allergic, so I would never do not take medications that are not prescribed by doctors.
Actually, just to give you a little clue to you sci-fi geeks like me, if you remember in Terminator 3, John Connor used that, and he actually broke into a veterinary office and took a bunch of pills meant for animals just to take care of himself at one point.
Well, even Walking Dead, at one point, they went to the veterinary school. Herschel sent them there to get medications for the sickness.
Yeah.
Don't mob bosses in shows often have like a veterinarian on call to do like minor wound fixes and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's because it's a lot of the same skill set, but they have to fly by their seat of the pants a little bit more. Like, they're animals. You got to do what you got to do. There's not always an exact answer. Like,
there's not an exact science to it, is what you're saying. Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do based on what you know, because no matter what you do, all the things preventative, like animals will find a way to fuck themselves up in a new way all the time.
Well,
that
So the
actively
humans.
try to die frequently. Yeah, except animals can't tell you what they did, how they're feeling, and
That is true. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I didn't eat that tire, sir.
I want to talk about Dexter and the father-son war that he's having in his head. So first he's getting the acupuncture from Blessing's daughter. And again, I love that family so much.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's sitting there having dinner with them, he's, doing his little monologue at what would it be like? What would Harrison have been like if he'd have grown up with the dad like Blessing? And then he is having this conversation with her while she's doing the acupuncture. And she's talking about how much she loves her dad. And he thinks that she doesn't want to be around him or whatever. But she loves him more than anything. And so so he's like, okay, well, maybe I should be a part of Harrison's life. Maybe he does love me, even though he thinks I'm a monster. And then when he's being attacked by the faux dark passenger, and he makes that comment, his confession that he feels bad for pushing Harrison to be like him. And he says there's something inside him that he can't contain anymore. And then he's having that conversation with Harry while he's outside looking at Harrison have dinner with his crush. And he says, yeah, you're right. He does need someone, but it doesn't have to be me. I hope they don't wear it out too much. But right now, I'm really enjoying this back and forth, push and pull. And I had a complicated relationship with my dad growing up, and we are in a very great place now. My dad was not a serial killer. I'd like to add that in real quick. That I know of. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But I really am liking his struggle at do I, don't I? But if they make it go on too long, I think it's going to be annoying. But right now, I really loved that whole back and forth and the war that he's having with himself about it.
It was really interesting conversation between Harry and Dexter in his own mind. And I do agree with it. And it's always a constant battle with Dexter and that part of Harry that is his influence. The one big takeaway that will probably show up later on is when Blessing's daughter is giving him the acupuncture. The little snide comment in his head, he goes, this is weird. I'm on the other side of the table, meaning that he was on the table and being done to him. But the fact that Blessing's daughter mentioned, it's like, oh, I find it funny. It's like, oh, do you know right over there, there's a hidden chute where I kept my weed.
Yep.
That maybe trigger in my head things about Dexter, what Dexter would do with that chute.
It made me think of trophies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I hope
exactly
he doesn't go
what
back
I
to
thought.
trophies. It's mentioned in this episode where Harry's like, I hate trophies when he finds dudes' driver's licenses.
Correct.
Yeah,
But no, that's
also,
I agree.
We've got this VIP group that is acquiring trophies intentionally.
True.
Yes.
Ooh, do you think that his blood slides will come back in? You think they'll end up there? That the guy had not Dexter, but the head of the serial killer fan club will have Dexter's blood
they'll
slides.
have them.
Yeah,
as a trophy of his own as a collector.
Yeah,
possibly. I would
That'd
not
be
put
fun.
it past that.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering who he would have bought them from, because who would sell
Masuka?
those? Exactly. Masuka would be like, I'm selling these on eBay.
Well, it
But no.
couldn't be on eBay. It'd have to be on the dark web. But
You never know nowadays.
I'm pretty sure Mitsuka's watching something on the dark web.
I'm sure I wasn't denying that. I just,
It's like Bay Harbor Butcher's blood slides here for $15,000. Take them.
I do agree that was not a throwaway line.
No,
That's going to come back at
Yeah.
some point.
that will. Yeah.
All right, Kelsey, you got another note you want to share?
I wanted to talk a little bit more about the VIP dinner.
Mhm.
She says 6 VIP guests, but the seating map has 5 guests and a host. And she listed off the wine, which they're all about minimum $2,000 a bottle. The 82 Chateau Lafite, the Romani Conti, the 59 Dom, those are all like minimum $2,000 to $3,000 bottles. And then the 1888 Armagnac, don't come at me for my French, depending on like which type it is. When I Googled, there's a few different kinds, but like minimum $15,000 up to, I saw, depending on the kind, $50,000.
That is insane.
000. So that is approximately $25,000 to $75,000 in wine for this dinner of 6.
I'd like to add something to that, though.
Please.
All right. So apparently the 82 Chateau de Lac is directly associated with American Psycho.
Oh, really? Thank you. Oh,
keep that
good
in mind.
catch.
Nice catch.
It sprung in my head because I read the damn book way back when. I have an original copy, hardback.
Amazing.
But it's the Delac, not Lafitte.
On the feet.
But they do mention it within the movie as well as within the book.
Look at y'all smart people.
I'm not smart. Google is my guide.
Yeah, I'm an effective Googler.
I love hearing those prices, and I'm thinking of myself standing in the grocery store, like $12.99. I don't want to pay that much for a bottle of wine.
I only drink beer, so I can't really relate. But although I do, my dad has a bit of a port collection that every once in a while he'll break open, and that's quite nice.
Tend to get some wine from clientele when I do home theater installations during holidays. Do I drink wine? Not so much. Me?
You can regift it.
I can regift it. That is true, but I do bring
exactly
it.
what I would do.
I do bring it out for holidays or family get-togethers because I'm like, I'm not the one that's going to be drinking it. But one thing that I do cherish and I love when it comes to wine is honey mead wine.
What is that?
Oh, honey mead wine is very much mead, like in the Renaissance times.
Okay.
If you go to a Renaissance fair, it's a honey wine. So it's very sweet and it's made with honey. And I love that. And that just knocks me for a loop. Now, mind you, there's a local vineyard by me that does it. And geez, at like $15 a bottle, it's cheap. And I love it.
There's actually a bunch of vineyards near me in Missouri. And the feelings I have about that are about what I hope everybody else has about wine vineyards in Missouri. But they exist. They're there. I don't know who wants wine from Missouri except people in Missouri. But all right.
You'd be surprised.
You would be surprised. The other thing about the dinner, they had all the allergies listed. Number 5 is a vegan.
Okay, so they're not cannibalistic.
Not that one. Not number 5.
Exactly.
I could only make a couple of the allergies on the list. Lactose, eggs, something, shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts.
Do they have fava beans?
Not that I could see. They also don't have Chianti on the menu, so.
I mean, Charlie, she's no nonsense. I would not fuck with that woman. She scares me.
She scares the shit out of me.
She went from like 0 to 60 on that person I was helping and with the whole setup of the party. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that girl was ballsy. I was like, you need to shut up because she's not liking the questions that you're coming at her with.
No.
But the last week they had a dinner with the governor. So like they're like, who's having dinner with the governor and then 5 serial killers the next week?
I'm not going to lie. In today's society and world, I would not be surprised.
I mean,
exactly.
yes, But as a staff member,
That's true.
if you're working for somebody like you did dinner for the governor last week, I don't think you're expecting to set the table for a cook for serial killers.
Well, she obviously doesn't know it's serial killers, though. That's why
No,
Charlie
they're just
was
VIPs.
like, you need to quit asking questions
Yeah.
before you end up as the dish for said serial killers.
Or maybe the following week they'll have them for vigilante heroes. Who knows? You could have Batman there, and
Man, that would be like
Who
an
knows?
epic dinner. I would sit only if it's Michael Keaton Batman.
Maybe the host is Batman.
Twist. All right, writers, get at us. We got ideas. All right. So, anything else anybody want to add about the dinner?
nope.
Let's talk about Harrison. That's my main final point is Harrison.
Harrison definitely is very much important to this. You could tell the character himself is very true and very honest. And when he had to figure out the alibi and everything else, when the detective kind of broke everything down of how everything went down with the disposing of the body,
I was ready to confess to her. She was so
she was so
nice
accurate
and
on
accurate. I was like,
on
okay, I
top
did
of
it.
that.
Do you think she was being truthful? That they
Yes.
would take it down to justifiable homicide?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I
Because
think
she
so,
does
too.
not strike me as the kind of person
Who's
to
vindictive?
throw out bullshit and say things she doesn't mean. I genuinely
I just
think
don't trust cops. I think
Well,
I just don't
that's
trust
not-
cops.
there's a lot of stuff
Shadiness.
that's gone on in the world too.
Yeah.
I understand that. I really do. But there's something about her. If the
Yeah.
other guy, if her partner had said that to him, I wouldn't have bought it.
Same
But
here.
with her, I feel like she literally would have gone. Of course, it's up to the district attorney.
I
at
would say
that point.
that was the other
But
thing.
I
I say,
think
does
she would have gone to bat for him to get it down to justifiable homicide because she does think what he did was wrong.
But she's also so rational and logical. Do you think she could actually convince the attorney,
I think so.
prosecuting attorney, to do that?
I think so, given
Or it's just another point of conflict, potentially.
it's possible.
I think
think
it is a
given-
possibility.
Because, Harrison still looks like a baby. He
Yeah.
genuinely did, this guy was a serial rapist and she knows, they know his record.
Mhm.
And she was right. She knows Harrison helped her back to her room, that he was trying to do
The right
the
thing.
right thing.
Mhm.
And so I feel like her empathy, she does seem to have empathy. She's suspicious, but I think she would have gone to bat for him to get what she was promising. But when he said, I have a confession to make, and came out about living at the hotel, I was like,
and him being homeless.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
he is so much better at dealing with people than his dad.
Oh yeah. This is where it's more of his mother coming through more than it
Which
is
mother?
Dexter. His real mother, the one who died in the bathtub.
But
from-
he didn't even know her.
He didn't, but I think it's
He was
genetic.
raised by Yvonne Strahovski.
I know that, but I think it was more of genetic in that sense.
Okay.
I really still feel that deep down, Harrison is nothing like Dexter. He was just utilizing the tools that Dexter showed him to take care of something that he acted passionately on, very much almost like the last time in that whole series that they did. And to me, it was like amazing the fact that this kid had to persevere through all this crap and losing somebody who was a mother figure and learning about his father, dealing with the foster system and living off of what he needs to. He did show traits of being violent in that one, especially with Clancy Brown and in showing how he was able to defend himself. But I really think, honestly, Harrison is as honest as he could be to himself.
I agree. But I think Harrison, much like he might have inherited that genetic trait from his mother, I think Harrison has inherited Dexter's. I think inside of him is a killer. I don't think it's as black and white as Dexter.
No, it's not. But he's very cunning in a sense of how he's able to execute and do things when he needs to.
My note literally says, "Oh, Harrison, good lying."
Yeah.
I thought he lied so well to the police. Like,
But he was telling the
I
truth,
don't-
though.
well, I don't know the difference between drugged and drunk.
Oh, you're right about. Okay, I'm sorry. I was talking about the alibi.
He said she was his wife. I helped him up there, and then whatever. Like, I thought he lied really well in
He
like
did.
not offering up more than he should have known, not filling in silence with words, which so many people do. I watch a lot of true crime. Like, actually, yeah, good lying, Harrison. Like, good on you. And I was not sure at all what he was going to do when she laid that out. Because I was like, oh yeah, this is quite tempting. But he chose the other route at that moment. That was sort of a two paths in the wood moment, I think. And
He made his choice.
yeah.
He did.
I like that. I like that analogy.
Thank you.
All right, give me a second. I have some VHSs to return. I'll be back soon.
Gotta rewind.
What?
It was an American Psycho reference. I gotta go return some videotapes.
I was like, wow. I don't know what just happened.
Blockbuster's closing soon. I gotta go. See ya.
I miss going to a video store and looking at the covers. Kids these days will never know
No, they won't. They just look
the
at like
joys.
images on your Paramount.
You call me a youngin'. I went to Blockbuster and we had a film store in there,
Whatever.
right
You
next to
can't-
each other. They were right next to each other, and they would always give us the wrong photos because there was another family in our town with the same name.
I'm not going to ask you your age because we don't ask. We're not supposed to do that.
We
But
don't
I'm
ask,
going
don't
to
tell.
tell you, you legit look. I was thinking like maybe 26, 27 years old.
I'm 32.
Oh, you told me that in
I did,
poker
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Well, you
whoever,
still
'cause I was
are
like,
young.
yeah, I'm like, I know. I got freckles. I've got like a little like cherub face. I'm like 5'2". I know. I look young.
You are young, 32. And man, let me tell you, your 30s, best time of your life.
Yeah, I'm very glad to be where I'm at right now.
There you go. There you go. Very smart.
There's plenty of shit under the bridge behind me, but I'm quite pleased with where I'm at.
You need to listen to mine and Mandy's interview we just did with the Pit fan page lady and our talk about getting old and chin hair. So just to give you an idea of what you have to look forward to. But anyway, does anybody else have any point
I
that
do.
we did not get to? What do you got?
All right. So, you know me as being loving of music.
Oh yeah.
So, we have a scene kicking off the episode. This indie rock anthem plays as Dexter picks up a passenger in his Your Car rideshare, setting the tone for what follows, and that was Left Hand Free by All J
Love.
from 2014.
Love that
Now,
song.
I love that song because it takes me back to my Pounds to Pixels podcast listeners. Spider-Man, Homecoming.
Ah.
Another one would be as Dexter tails Red from his apartment and breaks into his place. This gritty rock track adds a punch of tension and swagger to the moment. And that was I'm a Killing Bee by the Stone Foxes that was released in 2011.
Mhm.
And of course, yet again, Claudette's a favorite song returns this time, fueling her determination as she investigates the hotel connected to the cover-up of Brian Foster's disappearance. A fitting track for a detective hot on the trail. Staying Alive by Bee Gees from 1977.
Would be inspiring. Did you hear when Dexter stabbed the dark passenger?
Mhm.
The original Dexter music
Correct.
that
Yep.
like gave me goosebumps.
It just, I hate it that moment. I mean, he just killed someone, but
Oh, I
the
loved it.
nostalgia, I was like, oh, now we're home.
Mhm.
Now we are home. So I just, this show. I did like the intense car scene with him trying to get the needle and the reveal about Red confessed that his dad killed himself because he lost his livelihood to rideshare drivers. And I was just kind of like, it was a fine story to drive the plot forward, but it was also like, damn, you've been killing all these people. I would have suggested therapy, but hey, you do what you need to do.
Men will do anything but go to therapy.
You are so right.
That is true. I agree.
Men will become serial killers, rideshare drivers before they'll talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
And
Just
God
kidding.
forbid if you let a man open up about their feelings, forget it. You're going to be like, oh my God, what did I do?
Because it's like 20 years.
Do you watch Friends, Kelsey?
I mean, I have watched it.
There's an episode of Friends that Bruce Willis guest on, and he plays Rachel's boyfriend for a while. And sexual chemistry is off the charts, but she is like, I want him to open up to me more. And the entire episode is him unloading from childhood all of this baggage
and she's like, I'm not going to get laid because of this. Oh my God.
Now she's back to wanting the sex, but she finally just ends up leaving the apartment and goes to dinner while he's still sitting there sobbing. That is a great episode of Friends. You should watch. God bless Bruce Willis.
Oh, goodness.
All right. So anything else anybody want to say before we move into our final thoughts?
I think the only little thing that I have left on my things was when Dexter broke into the dark passenger's apartment and he's talking to Harry and he's like reminiscing. The days when I had no things and no people and I could just kill to my heart's content. Like it was like a parent dropping their kid off at college and like back at the college they attended and they're like, I used to do all sorts of things on this quad and then we'd go out here and do this and there was a bar over here. It was just like, you're jealous.
He's
jealous of this guy.
He is jealous. And the fact too is if you watch the scene again, there's him figuring out, okay, he put the milk crates here. He stood on these and that's where he was able to go to the drop ceiling. And that's where he was able to get all the information.
Harry used to leave him clues. And he's like, you found him every time. That was a great scene.
Yeah.
He's like,
you're right.
Oh, you rookie! Like I was such a better serial killer than you are, even way back when. Like that's just like
it's an old codger going. I figured you out already. It's okay.
Yeah. But just in such a uniquely fucked up way that only Dexter can do.
Correct.
I loved it. I was like, you sick bastard.
Well said. Well said. All right, well, let's get into our final thoughts. So, yay or nay on this one, Kelsey?
Yay! This one's my favorite of the season so far.
Mark?
Well, it's a yay for me, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite so far because we have yet to see all the other episodes. So
far means so
That's
far.
what so far means.
Bitch.
Wow.
Shots fired, ladies and gentlemen. Shots fired. Well, on that note before
I did enjoy the
Kelsey
episode.
crawls through and beats up Mark.
I got bitch slapped, everybody.
miles away.
That's the Jersey. For those of you that don't know, Kelsey is originally from Jersey, and the Jersey Girl just came out. That
And
was
smacked the
cool.
Staten Island boy in his face.
It's a little West Side Story happening here. So I'm going to go ahead and say yay. Much like Kelsey, this is my favorite episode of all the spinoffs so far.
Interesting.
It felt like I said it earlier, but I like how the story flowed, the way they're connecting things. It makes sense and doesn't feel forced. I loved seeing Quinn and Mitsuka back on our screen. Please, more of that. This felt to me like OG Dexter, the original series. And I think we all as fans needed this episode. And this just made me so excited to see how it all plays out.
I feel like this show is a show for people who love Dexter. Like if you're
Yes.
somebody who loves Dexter, then you'll love this show. It's not, but I don't know that it's going to pull people into the franchise necessarily.
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't see how. There's a lot
Whereas
of history.
New Blood pulled people in. That's the first show my dad watched was New Blood.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't have a clue they didn't even watch the original Dexter series for however long seasons it was. But they could watch New Blood and they do an infinite, like a full recap of the series. And then they jump right into it and they're like, oh, okay. I bypassed how many years of watching Dexter and do that.
Yeah, my dad, he started with New Blood and then watched the full Dexter, which I really thought that I watched it with him when I was growing up.
Okay.
And apparently we didn't. So that means that when I was like 13 of my own volition, I watched Dexter on my own. And I don't entirely remember that, but that changes my
Hey.
Okay, good for me, I guess. But he watched full Dexter and then he watched Original Sin and now he's watching Resurrection.
I love that. Tell him to send us feedback.
I will. I don't know if he will, but I will.
Tell him to transcribe his thoughts to you and you send them to us.
Okay.
And
You
then
could
you
do
still
voice
leave
to
your
text.
regular feedback.
I'll bring the dad report.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That will be so fun. All right. Well, let's move on to show notes and news. Mark, would you care to start us off about this really cool article that I found?
Yeah, from an article on Dexter Daily written by John.
That legit is all it said. The guy has no last name. He is simply John.
John
Okay.
Doe.
The John.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's a whole other show.
Exactly. From the John, here I am, and I'm sitting here telling you from the moment Dexter Resurrection was announced, it became evident this wasn't going to be a one-off like Dexter New Blood. This revival is built for longevity. In fact, Michael C. Hall himself, who reportedly initiated talks to bring Dexter back, has committed to a longer journey this time around. Both he and returning showrunner Clyde Phillips confirmed earlier this year that Resurrection is designed to span multiple seasons, very much like what I was talking about earlier. So I really like that. The fact that you knew that was, and I kind of saw it coming when you started seeing Michael C. Hall at certain horror sci-fi conventions promoting this. Our friend Jamie Dimmick, who I do Sandman Cast with, she got to meet Michael C. Hall, and he even said to her at like a conversation and a signing saying, "Oh, there's more to come."
Which is crazy because there's only one. This was one character.
Yeah.
Building a universe off one character, which is crazy.
Yeah, but they have multiple different characters. There are other
Now they do,
characters
yeah.
that there are other characters from even the original Dexter series that kind of walked off, like Lumen. Will we see? Lumen come back.
Oh, I like Lumen.
Yeah.
I don't remember who Lumen is, I have to admit.
She was the shoot. What is her
10
name?
things I hate about you.
What is her name?
Ding, 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 ding.
What is her name? Oh my God, Mark, you drive me crazy when you do that. What is her name?
It's happening right now.
You're asking me right now at the top of my head. I can't remember at the top of my head.
Okay, well,
okay.
I'll just continue reading then.
There you go.
The article continues. In a recent interview with Stephen Weintraub from Collider ahead of the Dexter Resurrection premiere, Clyde Phillips reiterated a promising detail that Michael C. Hall had previously teased, that this show is, quote, going to be on for years, unquote. Phillips emphasized the key detail, years. The implication? We're not just looking at a single season or even two. The plan is far more ambitious. He added that the series would continue for, quote, as long as Michael C. Hall wants to do it, unquote. Once Hall decides it's time to step away, Phillips said the team will know how to craft a fitting final chapter. But until then, Dexter's dark journey has room to grow. Executive producer and writer Scott Reynolds provided a more specific number, offering insight into the creative team's long-term vision. According to Reynolds, quote, we pitched him 3 seasons that tell a great story that can continue on, unquote.
Awesome.
I would be good with 3 seasons. I don't want them to do what they did with the original Dexter and go on longer than they should.
Yes.
And make us all bored and unhappy at the end.
Or poor writing at that point.
I'm all about quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And Julia Stiles was her name.
I was just going to say that. As soon as Kelsey started talking, it popped in my brain. Apparently, we got some feedback, right?
Yep. We got some really good feedback. So, Mark, you want to start us off?
All right. Well, via our What's On Tonight Facebook page, Penny Lennox writes, I'm curious that everyone thinks about the departure from the classic Dexter opening, the extreme close-ups and jaunty music. I kind of miss it, but the new credits are certainly urban and cool. And Steve Brown says, at first I missed them. After 3 episodes, it is a nice change. The others did seem creepy to me. And Alma Contreras also added, I like the new stuff. It's like an evolution.
Is there even opening credits, or it's just like
No.
the stylistic thing with where they drive through the title?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
And
I like that.
They now do creepy song and all the stuff, the cool whatever that you want to call it at the end.
Yeah, the end credits seem a little bit like they said, like, put into AI, we have a serial killer show, but make it urban.
I like it.
I mean, I don't really watch it, so I don't really care. But
I do, because I'm always, it's just that spooky, haunting Dexter music, and it's just cool. I really like it, Penny. I think I do miss the opening jingle. I always called it a jingle. But they gave us so much of that in New Blood.
Yeah.
That I think I don't
Original
know.
Sin. No, Original Sin.
Original Sin. Jesus.
They remade the with the opening credits into a different version. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had very strong feelings about the opening. I remember when I was younger. The floss, the shirt, it is. I mean, it's iconic.
Him shaving, the breaking of the eggs.
Yeah, the egg. I mean,
did he put hot sauce in his eggs, or was that ketchup?
Hot sauce.
Okay,
yeah, I think it was hot sauce.
Yeah, he goes hot sauce.
Okay, yeah, like me.
But there's the other drop of blood from shaving.
Yes,
and yeah,
and they still did that with the Original Sin series too, as well. Yeah. But they had the whole thing with the neck, with the telephone cord, with
the red toenail polish.
Yeah, they completely reimagined it.
but kept it
honest
in
to
line
its
with
source material.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I thought that was well done. It was a really good like illusion. Okay. Alma also wrote, "Man, I am really impressed at how smart Dexter is. He found the dark passenger pretty quickly. At first I was thinking, what if he gets the wrong guy? But nope, he didn't. LOL. I do realize Dexter is a psychopath, but I just can't help loving his inner monologues and rooting for him."
Same.
I totally cracked up when he had to pull dude's arm out of the incinerator to get his thumbprint. Yeah.
I can't believe
we did
bring that
we did
up.
not talk about that, but yeah. I can't wait to see how crazy this show gets with all the great cast they got. P.S. Becky, honestly, I was on Dexter's side for how he felt insulted by that guy taking his name. LOL. The nerve of some psychos. Hysterical
Oh my
laughing
gosh. Thank you, Alma.
That was great.
That was great. Alma just found us. She had posted in the Podcastica group that she was asking about if anyone was doing Dexter, and Steve was like, yeah, Becky and Mark are doing it. And so I immediately jumped in and posted the link to the What's On Tonight page. So welcome, Alma. We are so glad you're here.
I met Elma.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
I've listened to her feedback.
So we found each other through Jason's Patreon, said Heads Unite. So.
All right. New listener, Anthony Splunk wrote, "I have no idea how this works. I'm old." Me too, Anthony. "I'll start by saying, after 2 average spinoffs, we finally have what as fans we deserve. A well-directed, well-written, well-cast TV show. Amen. The first 3 episodes have been wonderful." Thank you, Anthony. Your comments on how to leave feedback had me cracking up because I feel you. And I'm so glad that you found us and hope you will stay with us for the rest of our Dexter journey. Thanks for writing in.
Awesome. Via our feedback post on Dexter Resurrection Facebook fan page, Ryan Ball says, "I thought this episode was very good. The big question is Dexter going to kill Batista?
Oh,
Does Quinn and Masuka join Batista?" Which I would love to see. "Does Dexter use the upcoming dinner party to choose his next kills?" Which is a possibility. I do see that. We all know Dex doesn't like other serial killers. So how does he approach Harrison?
I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not ready to process that.
A lot of questions came out of this episode. I am enjoying the series. So thank you, Ryan.
yes. Thank you, Ryan, for writing in. And thank you to Dexter Resurrection fan page for letting me post our feedback and our episodes. And thank you, Ryan, for taking the time to comment. And just like our other new listeners, I hope you will stay with us throughout the rest of this journey.
Oh, that's a different Facebook page than yours?
Yeah. There's
interesting.
I have gone and I'm posting in every Dexter fan page I can find. And
cool.
that's how we grew our audience when we covered the pit.
Look at you hustling.
Yeah. So it was like when I was looking for feedback to put the notes together today, I was like just a big smile on my face.
Yeah, you got lots.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
We've got a voicemail from our friend Steve Brown, who will be joining soon for an episode. Let's hear his thoughts on this episode.
Hello, what's on tonight? This is Steve, and this is going to be for Dexter Resurrection, Season 1, Episode 3. I didn't realize the episode was out already, so this is my first time watching it. Just watched the previously on to get caught up. Backseat driver, yeah, he's doing this Uber thing, or no, it's not Uber, it's something else. Oh, that's right, so he's using the Dr. Bateman alias again to get his drugs. Harrison being interrogated by this detective woman is he's doing pretty good, actually. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, but she suspects him anyway. And Dexter trying to explain his 10-year absence from the records to this woman. a number pad lock on the guy's door. Dexter doesn't know how to pick that, but he figured it out. The birthday backwards. Wow. Well, he found the murder weapon and the trophies pretty quickly there, even with the help of his dad. Oh, Batista hitting the little bulliette bourbon there. Aw, Dexter has a rideshare mentor. Aw, teaching him what to do, what to have in his car, and even letting him use a picture of his son. Ooh, this detective is good. And she's using the Bee Gees to listen to her music. Yeah. It's still only been like a couple of weeks since his wound. It's healed up rather well. Maybe, okay.
10.
The detective figured stuff out, saw the open door, and now Dexter's getting acupuncture. Zombie dad. Yeah, Harrison likes this girl, and now he's staying on her couch. We'll see how long this lasts. Oh,
I love
and
him.
she works for some very expensive people. And works at the hotel, I guess. Harrison telling a little bit of the truth to deny the lie. Yeah, he is homeless. He does stay at the hotel, but he also did murder the guy, and they laid out the whole thing really well. These detectives are good. Hey, Matsuka and Quinn. We haven't seen them yet in this series. Good to see them. Oh,
Yes.
He dropped the needle, and now his quarry is in the car. Oh, now the guy's got him around the throat. He's got something around his neck under his sweater that protects him from this guy's
yeah, that was
rot.
smart.
I knew it. He had something under that collar that was protecting him. Oh, he just said backseat driver, the title of the episode. Mic drop. Oh, this guy wasn't a serial killer. He's a hitman. Oh, okay, not a hitman, but definitely not. He's weird. But was he the one that left him the invitation that he's talking about? Now the question is, where is Dexter going to dump the body? Oh, a dinner party for serial killers. How intriguing. I'm sure Dexter's going to go. Oh, wait, and I bet that the person that she's doing the dinner party for, that's the serial killer Moriarty, right? Yeah. I mean, coincidence, really, but it fits. Found somewhere to dump the body, though, and what trophy? Did he keep a trophy this time? Don't seems like it. Oh, I guess he's lucky that the bag that had the guy's hand in it was easily accessible to him from the burn pile. All right, on to next week.
Yay! Thank you, Steve.
Thank
Woo,
you,
I finally got my
Stephen.
first laugh, Steve.
That is why I let you be the one to segue that
I
comment.
know.
I was like, she finally got one.
I talk to him every so often and on so many podcasts. But
It just felt like a rite of passage.
it is a rite of passage having Steve on a podcast. The one thing that Steve actually brought up about Moriarty.
Yes.
What does he mean by that? I'm missing something.
You ever read Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I know Sherlock and Moriarty, but is there somebody referred to as Moriarty and Dexter, or does he just mean in general?
I think it was in general, but the thing is, I think that's a clue to itself of the killer or whoever they are within that serial murderers convention. So I'm curious to find out. Maybe that's somebody that is the ringmaster to all this. So
That was an
Here's what I
interesting
just
thought.
found.
I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
So I just Googled it, and the term, I Googled Moriarty Dexter, but it says the term Moriarty Dexter refers to two distinct fictional characters, Professor James Moriarty from the Sherlock Holmes stories and Dexter Morgan from the TV series Dexter. While seemingly unrelated, they have been mentioned together in online discussions about characters with mastermind abilities, rivalries with detectives, and complex relationships, according to a Reddit thread. Additionally, a parlor game called Are You There, Moriarty is featured in the Netflix series One Day, where Dexter plays the game, though with less than ideal results.
All right. So somebody on Reddit mentioned Dexter and Moriarty in the same post.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I do totally, I get what he means. Not now that I realize I'm not missing. I get what he means as to like, who's the mastermind? Are you going to go and meet some mastermind to a opposition?
Yeah.
Or was there someone named Moriarty in the original Dexter series that all of us completely forgotten?
I
Let us know,
wouldn't put it
Steve.
past that I've forgotten about that.
I know. That's what I'm like. I feel like maybe we missed something.
I did a rewatch this like 2 months ago of the whole seasons. I have a tendency of doing this, everybody. I'm a little bit strange and weird and kooky wacky. The one thing that I remembered was there was a really straight shoot character that was involved with Deborah Morgan, and he was part of the FBI, but he did die. Lundy, yeah. And he died of old age, supposedly. What if he didn't die?
No, he died.
So did Dexter.
Oh, yeah, he got shot. That's
well,
right.
Lundy
got shot.
Dexter got shot too.
Lundy was left out overnight.
No, Deborah
in the
got
Miami
shot on
sun.
the beach with Lundy at that time. That's right.
Yeah, Lundy is gone.
He's gone, yeah. All right. Well, there goes up my theory. You guys resolved it because it popped in my head. It's like, you're an idiot.
Well, no, you're not.
Steve will have to let us know if he is referring to someone specifically or.
Yes, please, because I'm curious now. Well, thank you everybody so much for the feedback and a welcome to all our new listeners. It means the world and we appreciate y'all so much. So please stay with us and please keep the feedback coming. And if you would like to leave us some feedback or just say hi, you can email or send us a voice message as an attachment like Steve did to what'sontonight and the number 2 at gmail.com. You can visit our Facebook page where there'll be a post for the next episode and you can leave feedback in the comment section or send us a message through Facebook Messenger. And we can also be found on Instagram at What's On Tonight Podcast and the number 2. We would greatly appreciate it if you leave a comment, like, and or share on your podcast listening app of choice. So what do you say, guys? Let's go have a shot with Batista, Quinn, and Mitsuka at the bar and share where else listeners can hear us. Podcast recommendations, TV suggestions, or anything else that you want to share. Kelsey, why don't you go first?
I am going to keep watching this and keep listening to you guys.
Yay! And hopefully be
Of
back
course.
on with us again.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty.
Becky's literally doing what I had said before when we were doing interview, and she goes, "Wait, I could be on," and then having people on, and then now look what she's doing. Everybody, she's in charge of me.
Yeah, Mark.
Heavily recruiting.
Mark gave me my start doing the exact same thing that you did with Penny. So it's I really appreciate it.
It's been awesome. I'm having so much fun. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm like, I'm here for it.
You're killing it.
It's just
Trust
fun
me
to do.
when we say you were
Super
killing
fun.
it.
We're just talking about TV. Like,
Right? And that's what my
It is.
husband's like, when I told him that, when all this started with Mark a gajillion years ago, it feels like, he's like, oh my God, it's your dream. I'm like, yes, I get to watch TV and talk about it. It's my favorite things in the world.
I do it anyway. So
Yeah.
now I just have someone to talk to about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to keep watching this. I'm looking forward to the Wax episodic, the Alien Earth coverage, and then it's coverage with Karen for the new Vince Gilligan show.
I'm excited
looking
about
forward
that
to
one.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea what it'll be, but
I
excited for
trust
that,
Vince
so.
Gilligan, so I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Same
Yeah.
here.
So, yeah.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
Well, you could hear me here as this particular podcast about Dexter, but you could also hear me on Pounds the Pixels podcast as Steve Brown, as you heard before, and I are continuing our coverage on Ironheart that was on Disney Plus. We're doing 2 episodes per podcast, so we're coming up on episodes 3 and 4. Check that out. You could hear me on the Sandman cast, which is on Pounds the Pixels podcast, as well as House Podcastica with Jamie Dimmick and myself. Now it's the final season of Sandman, unfortunately, but we're having a great time. We're doing those as well, 2 episodes per. Put out the first episode, which covered 1 and 2. Now we're doing 3 and 4. And then on top of that, you could hear more from Panels the Pixels podcast when, we get the guys back from Fantasy Picks Movie Edition. Frank, Rob, Adam, myself, and we're going to discuss the new Superman movie. But we're going to do a comparison based upon all the different iterations of Superman in the theater and movie and cinematic form. So you could check that out. You could hear me on Adrenaline Cinema podcast. A lot more stuff is coming about Lestat for Interview with a Vampire. So the Vamcast will be back. And then on top of that, the music podcast, the Power Core Entertainment Music Podcast. We haven't put anything out in a while, but I'm going to try to get my friend Jeff Altieri, who is in the band Enrage, my friend Robert Muir. We're going to do stuff about Iron Maiden and a few others. And if anybody else of all my friends have any ideas in doing an episode, they are more than welcome to come on. Other than that, that's about it. Just follow us on PyroCoreEntertainment.com.
Awesome. And you can find that on our What's On Tonight Facebook page.
Correct.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to my girls, Penny, Kara, and Sam, who are continuing their coverage of Buffy and Angel over on Still Slaying. They had Jim on and just did their coverage of the amazing episode Hush. Oh my God, it was so good. And there's a lot of great content, as we've been discussing, over on podcastica.com. And I'd also like to suggest to those who love learning about important women in history to please check out my boo Mandy's amazing podcast, Dinner for Her. She just released a new episode, so please go check that out.
I listened to that yesterday. It's about the lady that started Montessori schools.
Yep.
It was really good. It was lovely.
I can't wait to tell her that. Oh,
yeah, it's lovely.
Mandy was on Poker Face with me when Kelsey sent in one of her voicemails, and she's a big fan. So awesome. She'll be happy to hear that. I'm glad you listened. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great.
And as always, a big thank you to our fearless leader, Mark, and Pirate Core Entertainment for giving us this platform. Please visit the Pirate Core page. You can find it on our Facebook page. There you can find our podcast, as well as other podcasts like we've mentioned, Dinner for Her with our very own Mandy, Adrenaline Cinema podcast, and Panels to Pixels podcast, as well as other projects that Mark is working on.
Well, that wraps up our coverage of episode 3 of Dexter Resurrection. We will be back next week to cover episode 4 called Call Me Red with a special guest, Penny.
Yay! I'm so excited. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. We only need to open our eyes to see the gifts that abound all around us. So please take a minute, look around, and see the joy, and please do your part to spread that joy to others. I'm Becky.
And I'm Patrick Bateman. Oh, wait, no, I'm Mark.
Surprise, motherfuckers. Notes. Just kidding. I'm Kelsey.
I love you all. We will catch you next week when we grab the remote and see what's on tonight. Bye.
Bye.